Welcome back to Under Par Acres. It's that time of year where the yard is in desperate need of a lot of attention and a severe makeover. And while we just bought a 48-inch pull-behind aerator, we can't use it until we get some rain and the ground softens up. But while we're waiting on cooler weather and rain to show up so that we can get started seeding, for now we're just doing all we can to maintain the golf hole and make it look as good as possible while we wait to get grass growing again. I've let the bunker completely get away from us, so we're starting to clean it up as well and start preparing to make it look nice again. And we're going to need a full truckload of sand to fill this thing back up, but we're also going to do a few things to raise the walls a little bit and get it looking really good. But with a little bit of extra time on our hand as we wait on cooler and wetter weather to get here, we're driving over to our driving range as we've got some projects we want to work on there as well. We came out here about a month ago with a 110-gallon Filmco sprayer, and we sprayed off what we want to make into a grass tee box, but we also sprayed a side area where we're going to build a really nice food plot for hunting season. And here we are about a month later, and the spray worked to perfection, and now it's just time to wait on some rain to come so that we can till this up and get some seed in the ground and get a nice green tee box and a really lush food plot growing. And we're excited about the food plot as we've been talking about doing it for years, but this will be the first time that we get to action and make it happen. We regularly get good pictures of big deer and turkeys on our trail cameras, so it's going to be really nice to have a food plot this year for both deer and turkey season. But sitting right in front of the food plot is a large tree that stands by itself with a whole lot of shrubs underneath it. And we've come to realize that in the shrubs underneath the tree, it's a perfect place that we could clear out and build a really nice ground blind that overlooks the food plot. We recently bought a new crossbow that Wilson has become an ace at shooting, and I've told him that he can become the trigger man this year, but that he's going to have to earn it by doing a lot of the work to prepare the food plots. And he had no problem with that and was willing to help me load up and unload all the power equipment to get started, and then he was going to be the guy that got all the shrubs and threw them in the woods after I cut everything down. I started off by using the Stihl pole saw with the chainsaw attachment, and it worked well despite the fact that the chain is extremely dull and I need to get a new one soon. And it was really nice having somebody to move all the shrubs and throw them into the woods so that I didn't have to do that after doing all the sawing. After about 10 minutes of work, we cleared it out enough that you could start to see what it was going to look like, and it was certainly looking like a great spot that was well hidden and should be really good for hunting. Next up, I got a new weed eater out and I put the saw attachment on the head so I could go in and trim down all the small stumps so we're not sitting on them and tripping all over them. Once I was done with the saw, I changed it out for the brush cutter attachment, as this works a lot better on all the vines and the smaller twigs that were in the way. Once done, it was time for Wilson to get back to work and put all the equipment away. Overall, the view looks great, and while there's still a little bit of work to be done to make it comfortable for 3 of us, it should be very well hidden, and it should be the perfect spot to hunt deer and turkeys. And while the long-term plan is to either put a 2-man tree stand in or build an elevated shooting house here, this should serve as a great alternative until we're able to do that. But for now, we're going to wait on cooler weather and rain to come so that we can till everything up and get the food plots growing and get our tee box seeded. But we are looking forward to a great fall where we're going to hit a lot of golf balls and spend a lot of time hunting. So be sure to subscribe if you want to follow along, and we will see you as soon as the weather allows us to get back to work. Thanks for watching.